Hey there, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot and Tarot at 12, and this is Pick a Card. Today's question, what's coming towards me in love? So let us find out. Today, I have the Crow Tarot spread out with my clear quartz crystal. I like to open up the energy by putting an energy amplifier there on our deck. So what I'm going to do, I am going to live shuffle and set out 4 piles. Each pile will contain 4 tarot cards. And I will ask you to select a pile and we will do your reading. Now I will put timestamps in the description so that way you can fast forward or jump around or whatever you need to do. So check that out. It will be in the description. Now we're thinking, what's coming toward me in love? Okay, so let us find out. As I said, I'm going to set out 4 piles. If numbers are important to you, the number 1 is typically for new beginnings, opportunity, and potential. The number 2 typically stands for balance, partnership, and duality. The number 3 usually stands for creativity, groups, and social interactions. And the number 4 typically represents structure, stability, and security. Okay, so let's straighten these up. Okay. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to calm your mind. Think of the question, what's coming towards me in love? See where your attention is drawn and pick a pile. Pile number 1. Let's see what you have, pile number 1. What's coming towards me in love? Okay. So it looks like in love, it's looking like here with our first card in the spread, this is our 10 of Swords. This is a moment of feeling kind of just depleted, you know, just tired, and there are too many thoughts, too many things going on, maybe too much communication, you know, that's just not going well. You're just kind of feeling like depleted. However, there is good news, because even though you're feeling like, you know, you're depleted, we've got the star right next to our 10. So this star is showing us that there is hope. The star is a symbol of hope and lighting the way. It's also for recognition too. So maybe it's time that somebody's noticing you. You know, you've been feeling perhaps that you've been dating a whole bunch of duds, or the last few relationships haven't worked out, or what have you. But here is where you're going to feel recognized. You're going to feel like you've gotten that to that point that you deserve. Here we have the Knight of Swords. Now, knights are always about action. They are important information. The Knight of Swords is somebody who is particularly action-oriented, really wanting to move forward, and just real excited, rushing in and things like that. The problem with our Knight of Swords is he doesn't usually have a plan. He's kind of unorganized, and you know how that goes when you rush in all excited, but you don't know what you're going to do and all these things. That's when you kind of fall flat, when you don't have the rest of the plan. Here we have our Page of Pentacles, and pages are all about new information. Because it's a Page of Pentacles, this is also about being a hard worker, being dependable. This is somebody who is willing to take the time to build skills and figure out how to make things work. So it's almost like opposites here. This is a Knight and this is a Page, so that's a little difference in itself. But as I mentioned, the running in and not having, all excited and no plan, whereas the Page is like going slow. Let's make sure here. So very interesting. So let's kind of put it together. As I kind of was already explaining, that this depletion feeling is likely due to, dating, dealing with the same issues. If you're already in a relationship, that kind of a thing. But I do see that that is going to end. The star shows me that you will have a moment of feeling like, okay, this is why I'm doing this. What these are telling me, again, because they are a little opposite, it looks to me that while some recognition is coming towards you and an uptick from this, it looks like there's going to be something that's really exciting at first. Like you're going to have this, overwhelming excitement about let's get going. And that's fun and that's okay. But you have to be ready to pick up on the other side, meaning that fun excitement when you first get connected to somebody and you start to learn about each other and start doing things. That's great. There's got to be some more substance there, or else that's going to get old and that's just going to fall on its face. Again, no plan. So this page is telling us that, we have to have our feet on the ground. We have to be able to, keep moving forward, enjoy the excitement of the initial beginning and getting to know each other, or perhaps, if you're with somebody, enjoying that feeling that you're getting from that actual recognition that you might have been missing. Or obviously, if this is dating, you can figure out what that means. We finally got a good date, right? After all those. But yeah, enjoy that feeling, the beginning, and just know, though, that you do need to have some sort of solid footing if you ever want this relationship to go anywhere. But yeah, looks pretty good, pile one. And that's going away. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Pile number 2. Let's see what you have, pile 2. What's coming toward me in love? Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups. He's the ooh la la card. That's what I call him. The ooh la la, because he or she is the sweep you off your feet, romantic movie star type of person. All right. So what's coming toward you in love? This is our 6 of Wands. This is wonderful. This is about building a foundation, having that successful footing, really getting things moving and from a firm place. This is great. This would be like building a friendship or a relationship, those first few, stages where you're getting to know each other, you're talking, you're figuring out if you're attracted to each other. That's building the foundation. Building the foundation for what? For the Knight of Cups. We want the Knight of Cups to come running in. This is what this Knight is going to do. Knights are always about important messages, change, action. And this Knight, he is Cups. So, he is, charming, attractive. Everybody, sweep you off your feet. Everybody loves the Knight of Cups. So that's great. So you're building that foundation. In comes this love. And then we've got our 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is showing me a bit of anxiety, a bit of stress, a bit of overthinking perhaps. But right after that, we have our Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about what kind of comes around. It goes in a cycle. So what starts will end and things like that. I'll tell you exactly what I think this means. I think that, something is coming, this person you're building this with, in comes your Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is charming. Everybody likes the Knight of Cups. So you might be having a little bit of a, doubt or thought or fear, about what's going on, or can I trust this person? Are they loyal? And the Wheel of Fortune tells me that your fears will all be put to bed. You won't need to worry about that. Our Wheel of Fortune is, again, it's the start and the end of a cycle. It's completion. It is success. It's also about fate and destiny. So, this is great. So the Nine of Swords here, I think that's more about you maybe overthinking things or just getting yourself in a tizzy, maybe because you're just so blown away by this person's awesomeness, But this Wheel of Fortune here tells me that this is not even needed. You don't need to overthink. Everything looks great. So this is really good, pile 2. Pile number 3. Alrighty, let us see what you've got, pile 3. What's coming towards me in love? So let us find out. All right, well, we've got the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is all about fairness. It's about equality. It's also about feeling as though, you get a new chance to start over. If you are coming off of a bad breakup or maybe even a disappointment, maybe you've had another a date or something that has gone awry, or it didn't follow through and pan out the way you expected it to come, that's all over because now we have Judgment. Judgment will bring you up. That other stuff is gone in the past. Keep it there. That's where it belongs. That's where our baggage should be instead of coming with us. So that's good. So getting over some of that. Now here we've got our Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Pages are all about new information. They're all about new things beginning and new messages. So being Wands, this is about having big potential. So what I'm thinking is you are potentially meeting somebody that you're going to be thinking, that has potential. You're going to be, maybe they're going to be the ones who approach you. It could be a new message from them because remember, pages are new messages. But something you're going to be like, hey, okay, I see potential here. And then it's followed up by our Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, it's a brand new communication, literally what that means. So as it begins, here is the for sure definitive telling me that you are going to be speaking to somebody. Next, we have our Seven of Wands. This is a little bit about competition. So while I see that you are going to be feeling so much better, if you've been feeling upset or carrying some of those sad feelings about a past situation with you, that's going to go bye-bye. Here we've got some new things brewing, looking good, great potential, new communication. But then I do think there is some competition in there. So I do think you should keep your eyes open for that. That doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. A little healthy competition is good for all of us. But, be aware of it. Because when we're aware of it, then we can kind of put it in the proper perspective, or we can take action that is, inspired by what we know. So it is good to have that little highlight there. But it's looking good. Keep your eye open on that competition, though. Looking good, pile 3. Pile number 4. Okay, let's see what you've got, pile 4. What is coming towards me in love? Oh, you've got a lot of great cards, don't you? Okay, pile 4. Well, the sun. The sun, I mean, that is the happiest, happy. That is optimism. That is success. That is accomplishment. The sun is all about hope. So this is telling me there's something bright coming. Something bright is on its way. Next, we have our King of Swords. And this is all about somebody who really is no nonsense and just takes care of business. Somebody who's very direct, very blunt, very smart, analytical, someone who's solid. So let's see how they play out. But I'm thinking that might be something that might be advice for you. Let's just find out. We've got our Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, that's the come on in and join me card. That's success. That's about having so much that you want to give it to others. Cups is the suit of love and emotion. So your cups are overfilling with love and emotion. I mean, how perfect. How perfect is that? So that's looking really good. So we've got some real positive things coming here. This is what these cards say. We've also have the Tower. The Tower talks about a big change, a change of consequence. Something that is like closing the chapter on one item and starting a new chapter on another. So it's something of consequence that is changing. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Our King of Swords is in here. This is somebody who is, like I said, going to tell it like it is and so forth. I think what the cards are saying is you've got these great loving cards. You've got this here. You can feel it. You can see it. You can bask in the sunlight of it. But you need to be able to get out of your own head. Swords are often about communication, thoughts, ideas. You don't want to sabotage yourself by overthinking things or by thinking the wrong things, reading into things when you don't need to. So this is kind of about, again, not being mean or hurtful to yourself, obviously. Don't beat yourself up with your own words. But this is about getting real. Get real with yourself when things are like, I don't know, what does that mean? And I think it means this, and you might be overreacting or something like that. I mean, that's not really a good example, but, get out of your own head, really kind of weigh it out. And in fact, communicate. If you're concerned about something, you need to address it by asking questions or telling somebody and asking for their feedback or whatever. So this is very strong here. Now, if you can do this and make sure to be real with yourself at all times, keeping yourself in line, and potentially you might need to communicate with others when it's appropriate. If you can get that down, this is coming in smooth sailing. Here's our Tower, which tells me that once you're kind of right with this, that things are going to be smooth sailing. The change is going to come. You are out of your head now. You're not letting other people influence you. You're getting real with yourself. And look what's left. The Sun. And then your cups are running over. They're spilling over. I guess that's the saying, isn't it? Well, anyway, it does look very good. So the advice from the tarot is in order to facilitate this change where you're going to see some positive results, you need to really, get tough with yourself and be logical, be realistic. I mean, this is an emotional question. I mean, love is an emotion, obviously. And what is more emotional than dealing with somebody when you're in love and when you're, obviously, if you're not happy or if you're questioning things or if you just don't know, that's causing emotions too. So you see how easily it is to fall into a trap of, expecting the worst, or, my ex-boyfriend did this, so this guy's going to do that too. And, it's about getting real with yourself. Be tough, be firm. It's like tough love with yourself. And that's what's going to create your change. And look at that. This is where we're going to go. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. That looks great, pile 4. Okay, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this pick a card. I want to remind you that my show, Tarot at 12, is on daily at 12 p.m. Central Time. I do free tarot readings there for an hour. Lots of fun. Please come on over. I'd also like to request that you hit subscribe and make sure that you tap that bell so that you get notifications. I do fun things like this pick a card, and I do surprise live streams, things like that, things that you'll want to have your bell on for. Well, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this pick a card, and I will see you again soon.